Here's a fun fact. Did you know that cognitive behavioral therapy and community-based therapist, the acronym for both of those is CBT? I think we like us some CBT around here. I oftentimes call that CBT square. CBT square.
They struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever road we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are. Another day. Another day. Life just keeps throwing jabs at us. Keeps throwing jabs. Let's go, let's go. And we just keep getting back up. Just getting back up. Every day you pick your head up off the pillow is a new day. Let's go. I'm on my way to a coffee shop I've actually wanted to try for a while. It'll be the first time I've ever tried it, so we'll see what it's like. But PTs Coffee, PTs Coffee. You know, with the COVID being the thing right now, we're not going to be able to sit inside at a lot of these places and catch the vibe, which is ultimately how I rate all of the coffee shops. Yeah, the taste of the coffee grade. I mean, I'm not a coffee connoisseur or anything like that. I mean, I like coffee, but you know, but the vibe is always what I like. And especially just the time that we're able to go in and sit in there and just, you know, do all that stuff it takes to run Midwest Anxiety. So that shirt, it said, "Without love, it's just coffee." That's exactly the exact reason why I get out in the community every day. Part of it is just to show local businesses love, right? Part of it is just to show love and support local businesses. But also, I just get positive vibes, guys. And so this is my chance each day to put these feet in the community and just experience the community vibe. So thinking about this whole COVID situation, and that's all coming out of it, right? My mind just keeps going to all the things that are coming good out of this. I mean, certainly death and financial loss and all those things, right? But what good comes out of it? I think one of the goods that comes out of this is that people are just learning more and more as time goes on, just to adapt whatever situation is presented to them, guys. I mean, working from home, and you know, working from home is not a big deal for me, but someone that's been in business and in an office all the time certainly is a huge change for them. Hold on a second, let me make sure the microphone's on. Yeah, and we got this car coming out here too. So we're just all adapting, guys. We're all adapting, and kudos to you. Kudos to you for just continuing to adapt and remaining flexible, remaining nimble. So I would also add being flexible as far as wearing mask to the list. I mean, our culture doesn't really, we've never really had to wear masks before, so I think let's add that to the list. So really good conversation last night in the Feel Good community. We talked about the fear of flying, and Mel Robbins, she's in my top 5 people that I just follow and love her stuff. No, she's not related to Tony Robbins. Sometimes people get the two of them confused. She's not related to Tony Robbins, but she's just as awesome as Tony Robbins. So Mel put out this video that I just love, and she talks about her own fear of flying and having a panic attack on the airplane, and so how she went about working through that is she came up with what she calls an anchor thought. So she has a thought that she anchors in her mind. So let's say that let's take the situation. I was supposed to go to Mexico over spring break, but then COVID hit, right? Well, my anchor thought would have been that week of just sitting on the beach and sitting by the pool and just like relaxing, guys. That's all I want to do ever on vacation. I'm one of those just chill on vacation type people. And so my anchor thought, what I would think is just sitting by that beach, right? And when I would get on that plane, I would think to myself, by getting on this plane, I am one step closer. I am one step closer to getting to that beach, right? And anytime that anxiety would start to come up, you would have that anchor thought of, hey, I'm one step closer. Now we're up in the air, I'm one step closer than when we were on the ground. And then if you start to get anxious again, maybe in flight somewhere, I have that anchor thought again of being by the beach in Mexico and just relaxing. I'm just visualizing, just relaxing, and I'm one step closer, guys. I am one step closer to getting there. And I love this idea of this anchor thought, because one thing I really believe in with anxiety is that you've got to go on offense. You got to go on offense with anxiety instead of being like, oh, well, wow, I hope I don't feel anxious today. That you develop some skill, some tool to use when, not if, when you start to feel anxious, that you've got something to go on offense and say, I'm going to keep going into that anxiety. I'm going to keep going into it. I'm going to get on that plane. Even though I feel anxious, I'm going to keep getting on that plane. And I'm going to get up in that air, and I've got a skill, right? That's what I love about cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, y'all. I've got a thought in my mind that I'm not going to let this anxiety beat me. I'm not going to let it beat me. So I'm going to get on this plane, and I've got this anchor thought. I'm anchored to it, right? I'm sitting here in Kansas City, but I want to be in Mexico. So I'm going to anchor myself by anchoring to that thought of being on that beach. And every time I start to feel anxious, I'm going to go to that thought. I'm going to go to that thought. I'm going to visualize it, guys. And that's what this is all about, guys. This is all about us finding skills, like if it would be riding a bike, if it would be hitting a baseball, if it would be feeding ourselves for the first time. This is all about developing a skill for life, skills for life, right? And so I really enjoyed that conversation last night on the Feel Good community. If you guys aren't a part of the Feel Good community, we're stepping up our game, guys. We're stepping up our game. The Feel Good community is the community to be in. Lots of great discussion and just talking about different resources. I shared a video, that Mel Robbins video I shared in the community last night. And 4 times a week, we're having community discussions where we just go live and we talk about resources and we talk about a certain topic each night. And we just grow together. We get stronger together. This community is stronger together. The Feel Good community. That's right. We want to feel good. We're feel-gooders. Feel Good community. Tonight's topic, the basics of cognitive behavioral therapy, guys. We're going to talk about thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. We need skills, guys. We need skills. We need skills. SKILLZ. We need those type of skills. We need skills. Life throws a bunch of stuff at us every day. Every day life throws a bunch of stuff at us. I've had 2 or 3 things in the last 24 hours that are gut punching. I've had those things, you know, those type of things come at me. When they come at me, you got to use that CBT, y'all. You got to use that CBT. All right, I got to get on to seeing some clients today. Hope you guys are well. Okay, it's time for what's been coming up in client sessions. So I think a couple things that are coming up. One thing is really important is just those things that you're struggling with, those situations, whatever they are. Instead of avoiding them, you got to go into them. You got to go on offense. You got to go on offense. You got to go into those situations. You develop those cognitive behavioral skills, and then you go straight into them. So if you're afraid of talking to people, you go into grocery stores and you talk to people. If you're afraid of elevators, you go to the elevators, you use those skills, those cognitive behavioral, the thoughts and the feelings and the behaviors, and you go straight for the elevators. I think that's one big thing that's been coming up. Offense, offense, offense. I've seen once we're able to make the switch that it has given people confidence, lots of confidence. Now, the confidence kind of comes and goes, right? When the situation starts getting difficult, you kind of have to really apply and use the skills in that moment. It's not just all like, oh, let's go. No, it takes work, blood, sweat, and tears. There's a lot of work that's done in those situations. But once you get to that situation and you work through it, oh, the relief, guys, the relief. The second thing that's coming up is treatment goals. Treatment planning is really, really important. Let's establish some good goals at the beginning so that once we establish those goals, and those goals, guys, are they're specific, you know, like Sam will ride the elevator up to his office floor for 5 consecutive days. Let's just say that would be a goal. Sam will ride the elevator up to his office floor for 5 consecutive days. And he would like to accomplish that by, let's just say, May 31st. Okay? All right, so you got the goal. Now, once we had the goal, you know, it's specific and it's reasonable. You know those SMART goals that you guys talk about. Once we got the goal, now it's time to apply the skills. We got to learn the skills. Let's go. Now, Sam may get to the elevator and he may start working, and at the beginning, like, he's working and he's not really accomplishing anything, but he's got to go back to that elevator. He's got to keep doing it time after time after time. Remember habituation, right? Until he gets, like, you know, he's ridden it 1 time, and then 2 times, and then 3 times, and then 4 times, and then 5 times. Bam! We got that goal there. We got that goal, and we're accomplishing those goals. Specific and measurable and attainable, reasonable, and time sensitive, right? Those SMART goals. Those SMART goals are, we gotta have those goals, y'all. Gotta have goals.